Peace, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Quantum Talks, Healing Through Conversations with your girls, Vanessa at My Celestial Life.
And Christine, what's up, y'all?
Yes, we are back with another energy report. It is intense right now. It is intense. There's so much flowing in that we needed to do another episode on what's currently happening. And I wanted to get us started with a astrological report. Chris, what's going on up there?
Um, okay. So I felt when we were discussing what to talk about in this episode, what was coming to me was to talk about what's going on astrologically. I'm not an astrologer, but I do research. I do look into to things, and they really help. And when I read certain things, other things that I haven't read, they start to come to me, and it kind of makes sense. And I start to look at what I was going through that week or how I'm feeling, and then it all ties in. So, okay, where to start? As we all know, we're in March. March is March. A lot of people are saying it's giving the energy of like that jump forward. We all know that we're about to hit spring. Winter is over. The days are getting warmer. They're getting longer and things like that. And that's always like a foreshadow to better days, to more sunshine, to more joy, things like that. And with all the things that I've been researching, it's pointing to March being a very pivotal month. There's going to be events here in March that are going to basically jumpstart our way into the Lunar New Year, which is the spring equinox. Okay, so let me start off with March 7th. That is a very special day for many reasons. First of all, is my birthday. No, but it's besides that though, we have a full moon in Virgo, and then Saturn, the planet of Saturn, is moving into Pisces. Now, Saturn is the planet of lessons, it's the planet of challenges. It's basically, they call it the teacher. Some people, depending on their view, they call it like the ruthless teacher, karmic teacher, things of that nature. But what Saturn does, it basically pushes you out your comfort zone, and it pushes you to do certain things, change certain things, and learn certain things that are going to help propel you forward in your growth, help propel you forward spiritually, mentally, physically, whatever you need. Saturn is going to basically put you through the ringer. Now, depending on your perspective, you may dread this or you may work to fully embrace this. The best thing to do is embrace it, because it'll only lead you to elevation and expansion. It's basically a chance to expand yourself. So, I was doing a lot of research, and it's crazy. Saturn moves into Pisces, and then we have a full moon in Virgo, and those are sister signs. Those are opposite signs. Those, they say, like, in the spiritual community, your opposite sign is like those energies are the energies that teach you the most. Like, it's like a partnership. It's a duality to where one is lacking, one picks up the slack, and then it all, when you're able to integrate it, it creates a better whole. So with the full moon in Virgo, um, a lot of things have been happening leading up to this full moon that's basically showing us what we need to let go of and not take with us with this grounding, practical, structured and organized energy of Virgo. So if you've been feeling foggy, if you've been feeling disheveled, if you've been feeling like you just want to dissociate and you want to avoid, or if you've been avoiding things, this mixture of what's happening, these lessons, Saturn, and then this Virgo energy, everything's coming up that you can't avoid anymore. Like, Pisces like to escape. We have the tendency to live in a fantasy world. We have a tendency to avoid and to disassociate. So, with this energy, it's asking us to really take a moment to reflect and to look at the areas in which we've allowed ourselves to be distracted, overindulgent, to disassociate, to avoid, where we need more organization, where we need to be more practical, where we need to be more diligent, because Virgo, when they're in their element, when they are exalted, their work ethic, when they say they're gonna do something, they do it. They write it down. All the Virgos that I've known in my life, that's one thing that I've always admired. They'll make a list and they'll check off that entire list and then some. And I'm like, damn, how do you do that? Like, can I get some of that? So we all had the opportunity to channel that energy on Tuesday. And we've we've been shown the things that we need to let go of this week if we've been paying attention. So it's like the best thing to do for this weekend and for the upcoming full moon is to really take account of, like, to really sit with ourselves and see what isn't working and what's keeping us blocked from inviting this organization and this structure and this abundance, and what's keeping us from efficiently planning, being focused and aligning ourselves with the seasons and with this grounding energy. So that's just a synopsis. There's a lot more to it, but I want to give the floor. Vanessa, do you have anything to add to this stuff?
Yeah. So, I am no way, shape, or form like, that in tune with the astrological aspect of it. I don't have the language for it. So I really trust, those of you who study this and are able to interpret what's going on. For me, I am clairsentient, so I'm feeling what's happening. I'm feeling what's happening. So I got to sit with myself in order to process it. And what came through just before we started recording was that we are in the spirit of chaotic energy. Okay. Yes, Virgo is extremely meticulous when it comes to their work. They're very organized, it's structured, it's flowing. However, for a lot of us, we need our feathers ruffled. We need to get the fire lit up under us or whatever. So that's that chaotic energy in order for us to get into alignment and to get organized and focus on what we need to do. So yeah, we've been led to believe that chaotic energy is destructive and dark, and yes, it is. So this is the energy of the divine cosmic mother flowing into the planet right now. So when we tap into the energy of the divine cosmic mother, we know that she is nurturing. She is going to fight for her children. She is going to stand by her children's side by any means necessary. We're going to get through it. So this is what's pouring in right now. So the divine cosmic mother, she is coming in to stand at the side of her children. She's coming in to stand beside her children, fight with her children, right? And to support her children. So, as we know, with mothers, they are nurturing, they are making sure that you're eating well, that you're thriving, and they want to make sure that you're happy. So when we tap into our divine cosmic mother, she's going to do that for us. So she's coming for her children, right? And because we have been longing and begging our mother to return to us. And it's interesting that this energy is coming into the planet, because I got another confirmation. Shout out to Victoria, one of our sacred sisters, who was a few days ago channeling some information about Mary and Jesus, right? So that sort of energy is coming through. It's feeling very biblical right now. It's giving biblical, astronomical destruction, resurrection vibes right now. And we know that that's not something easy or simple, or it's coming in heavy, right? So as we enter this spring equinox energy, as we enter now, today, we're recording on 3/3, so we're in that 33rd portal, right? That 33 portal, that Jesus frequency. And Christine, you're going to be 33 as well, so we're in a heavy 33 biblical Christ consciousness energy right now. And all of that to say, piggybacking off of what you said, we are being pushed into getting right with ourselves, in order with everything, having order, structure in our lives, so that we can make it through, because Divine Mother is coming. She's coming to stand by us, so she's going to pull us out. So when we tap into that energy, with that frequency, we're going deeper within, so we're feeling it within, right? So this is where Mother is, and Mother is all around us, so we're tapping in here. And so now we're going to begin to feel it, the push to, oh, I got to get this done, I got to get that done, I got to get this resource, I got to connect with this person, because this is where I'm going with that. And another thing that's coming through is that if you have not been truthful with yourself, if you have been lying to yourself, lying to people, not being honest, it's a wrap for you, basically. Like, it's a wrap for you. How are you going to come out of that now? When our mother, when Big Mama comes and you're telling stories, she gonna give you a slap across your face, because we're lying to ourselves, as we're pretending that we have things together. This is not the time to pretend to have it together. It's the time to actually have it together and learn to be vulnerable and ask for support. That is what the mother does, right? She's there for you. So stop lying to yourself, pretending like you got it all together, when you really don't, and you're falling apart inside. Because guess what? You're contributing to the collective energy. You're contributing that chaotic energy. You're contributing that that confused energy. You're contributing that to the collective pot. So that is why we can all feel what's happening. That is why, we're trying to climb our way through, and it's feeling like, okay, we took one step forward, but it's like a couple of steps back right now, because we are in a collective energy where it's like, it's keeping us down. It's keeping us in the darkness. It's keeping us here. So we have to raise the frequency in order to vibrate out of it, basically. That's why Mama is here to support us, the Divine Cosmic Mother. The energy is intense, because that is how she makes her presence, right? So we're all feeling it. We're all feeling it. And this is the message, or the sign, to stop lying to yourself, get it in order, get everything in order, ask for support, and learn to move out of that heaviness, that density that's keeping you there. Yes.
I love this, because we don't really discuss what one another's going to say before we jump on here. And I find that we're always it may be a different message, but it's still, because you were talking about the Big Mama energy. And when I was reflecting on this full moon in Virgo, and this being a 7-year, and Saturn, a lot of people call Saturn Big Daddy Saturn, because they'll be like, when someone's acting up, they'll be like, I'm gonna call your father. And you feel me? And it's like the regulator,
yeah.
I'm gonna call your father. They used to do that to me when I was little.
Me too.
I'm sorry. So it's like, that's basically what's happening right now. I'm gonna call your father. So Saturn about to come in Pisces, though. And Pisces is the sign of spirituality, intuition, beliefs, dreams, creativity, things of that nature. So, okay, a couple of things are happening. Saturn is moving into Pisces. We're going to have lessons in those things. And also, Mercury just moved into Pisces. Mercury is a planet of communication, forward movement, things like that. And when it's in Pisces, they say that it's in its detriment, meaning it's a little bit uncomfortable because that's not its normal. The way a Pisces communicates can be a real abstract, and unless you speak Pisces, or like, unless you could like kind of read between the lines, sometimes it's like, what are you talking about? As a Pisces, with a Mercury in Pisces, I can attest to this. This is why a lot of our expression style is in the arts, is in music, is through reading the cards, is through, creative and spiritual means, because we live in that realm. They say we live in the clouds, and it's true. A lot of us are, we have one foot in the spiritual world, sometimes both, and maybe an arm in the physical realm, which is why when we come together with our sister sign Virgo, she helps bring us like, hello girl, there's still a real world here. Like, it brings that balance. And when Virgo's too rigid, too practical, too no shade, when they can be on their little bit of a narrow mindedness, like no, 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 I had a plan, this is how it's gonna go. The Pisces energy can come in and be like, okay, I get it, but be open to things changing and to maybe a little miracle happening. They do exist, even though there's not hardcore proof or facts or whatever the case. So long story short, I wanted to, the big mama energy, when I think of the number 7, and when I think of Virgo energy, I think about Yemaya. And Yemaya is, they people who practice that religion, or people who are know about the Orishas and give reverence. She is the mom. She is the mother. She has that mothering energy. She loves you. She supports you. She guides you. She nurtures you. But don't cross her waters. Don't disrespect. It's that mothering energy. I love you, but no, know what you gotta like. So everything just ties into the number 7. These things happening on the 7th, this being a 7 year, 7 being the number of spirituality, of abundance. This is a time right now where our beliefs, our perceptions, our ideas, our habits, our spiritual beliefs, a lot of it is going to be uh, put to question. Meaning, do you really believe, like you said, are you really being honest? Do you really believe in the things in which you say you believe in? Do you really look at life that way? Do you really see things from this perspective? Or is this from conditioning? Or is this because you feel like it is? Is there room for expansion? Is there room for you to be more grounded to reality? So a lot of us are going to be pushed to connect to our soul more, and to connect to a deeper part of us, where we're sitting there and we're really asking ourselves like, yo, is this really this? Is this how I really want to live? Are these the habits, the people, and the relationships, and whatever pertains to your situation? Does this really reflect who I am? Is this really aligned with my purpose? Do I really even know what my purpose is? And if you are trying to get to a certain point in life, Saturn is going to come in and is going to tell you and show you what needs to be fixed. And the more you resist, the more harder it's going to be, because you're going to learn the lesson regardless, whether you wanted to or not. So this is basically, like I told you earlier before we get on, I was like, girl, this energy is basically like, this is time to get your shit together. Like, this is really, and it's not to scare you, it's not to be it's just like anything in life. Like, it's about how you choose to see it. Like, are you going to stand up to the challenges? Are you going to make the necessary sacrifices? Are you going to indulge in a little bit of the shadow side of things and avoid and disassociate and continue to lie to yourself or continue to put things off. And you can do that. You have the free will, but is that going to serve you and your soul and your happiness, your joy, your dreams, your love life, your relationships? Is it going to serve you and everything around you in the way that it can serve? Is it going to push you to your highest and your greatest good? So I feel like, especially with the fact that we're entering a new season and we're entering what a lot of us call the real new year. Are you really going to sit here in 2023 with everything we've been through, especially in the last 3 years? Are you going to really allow yourself to stay the same and to stay stagnant? We see how precious we've been shown, how precious life is and how each moment matters and how things are happening fast. Things could be one day this time and then a totally different thing the next. And yes, we've heard that our whole life, but it's been shown to us. If we don't see it, it's because we're not wanting to see it. So I think the universe is saying, like, come on, like, I understand. I hear you. I hear your pain. I hear your struggles. I hear your cries. I understand. But it's about to get better. But are you ready? I'm about to extend my hand. I got everything you need here. I'm about to meet you halfway. But are you ready? So it's like, and Saturn about to come in, and that's like the that I had the name in my head, but it left. But that's like the one that says, you heard the universe, right? I'm about to see if you're ready before you can even step to grab the hand. So it's like, we got this. Y'all got this. It's not, you can still have fun with all of this because this energy is also inviting new ideas, creativity, new relationships, and things like that. You just gotta find your footing. Mercury moving into Pisces is going to feel heavy because it's going to slow things down, but that is great because it's an invitation for you to develop a balanced pace, to organize and to do things at a pace that works for you. So when you're handed these tasks and these things, you're not getting so overwhelmed because you know how to take a deep breath, ground, and be like, and implement that organization and that practicality that you're about to manifest and that you're about to ask for. But again, at the end of the day, we have to do our part. It's on us. That's what's been coming to me all week because I've been off all week. So, and I just felt the need to share.
Yeah, I wanted to just offer some clarity on what I mentioned earlier about, these times being very biblical in the sense how the energy of Mary and Jesus are streaming in, as well as the 33 portal. If, you are spiritual in the sense and you're feeling some type of way about the religious aspect, I want you to step outside of that for a minute and really take in the information that's trying to be deciphered here. As we all know, everything is energy. From the books that we read, the stories that we know, the Bible, the Torah, and all the ancient books, these things hold energy and mysticism and things to decode. And once you've gotten to a particular place on your spiritual path, you'll come to know that information as well. How everything is one. Everything tells us about the other. Everything is intertwined. So let's not let's kind of remove the religious aspect out of that. Yeah.
I think that's perfect that you mentioned that because I can attest personally whenever I would hear anything that has to do with church and religion, because of my church burn, I would be like, it would like, but when you start to look at things with your main eye, and when you look at things with your spiritual side and with your spiritual perspective and with your broader perspective, you notice that it's just like you said, it's just an energy. And I feel that with the spring equinox coming up and what society celebrates as Easter, I feel like we're coming to a point where our Christ consciousness, we have an opportunity to channel in that Christ consciousness, Krishna consciousness, whatever that means to you, which basically means our like our best self, to put it in plain English for, like, it's basically channeling our most aligned, highest spiritual and loving self, because that was the main message, which was love. Not saying, this is it and there's not going to be no more room for growth. There's always room for growth. But I feel like we're really at a pinnacle, and we're really at a time where everything we've learned, everyone who's been on a certain kind of journey, anyone who this message resonates with, we're at a time where, like we were saying earlier, you mentioned resurrection, and it's the time, like, it's been feeling like we've been digging ourselves out of the dirt, just like the flowers are getting ready to pop out of the dirt, just like the seedlings are ready to come out of the mud, just like new trees and things like that, are the buddings are about to bloom. We're also, because we're in tune with nature, what happens in nature happens to us as well. So we're really about to just come up out this thing, and growth, sometimes we got to go through the mud in order to come out in full bloom, in order to gain our wings so we can fly. And I feel like all this talk about something's coming, get it together, I feel like we're really at the precipice of that energy. And if we allow ourselves to really use this, like, to really just take this time in the week coming to really sit there and get serious and get practical and ground and things like that, it'll really put us in alignment, and we're able to jump into the timeline of the reality in which we are looking to make manifest. Yeah, we got to do the spring cleaning first. We got to make room for it. Virgos love to clean too. So it's like, if you're looking for tips for the full moon, journaling, cleaning out your space, decluttering, cleaning out your space physically, spiritually, emotionally, whatever that means to you. Because a lot of people, I know, we're like, I don't know what that means. Deep down, you know what it means. It's that thing you're avoiding. It's that thing that you think about and you're like, no, let me grab my phone. No, let me throw on a movie. No, I don't want to deal with that right now. It's that thing. Deal with it. Because it's going to be to your detriment in the long run. I'm saying this because this week things came up. I was eating like crap. I didn't do anything that I needed to do that I felt that was going to be productive this week. But I believe I was being shown, like, all of these tendencies you have, this is what you're letting go of. This is what you're leaving behind come spring equinox. You're not taking this with you. So a few people, I feel like, been going through that, which is why we came on and we decided to talk about this for this week's episode. And when this launches on Sunday, the full moon's on Tuesday, I hope that this can offer you guys some guidance and some relatability. Like, you're not going crazy. You're just at the precipice of a huge breakthrough and clarity and inspiration and all those things. You feel me?
Yeah. So go within and connect with your divine cosmic mother. Go within, connect with Father, Spirit, and just, use their assistance. They're going to assist you to kind of clear out those murky waters, those chaotic thoughts and emotions and everything like that. Spring cleaning has to happen within and all around us, everywhere. So that's when cleaning is coming in on the entire planet to just sweep out that heaviness, that density that's been causing us to spiral out, It's not only that, but it's an attack on our own mental awareness, right? Own spiritual awareness. So um everything brought us here, everything has brought us to this imbalanced state of being that's being cleaned out as well.
Yeah, it is. And we just gotta surrender to it and be gentle on ourselves too, just like a mother would be, like as long as you have the awareness and you have the will to do right by you and do right by those around you, etc., do right by your goals, your dreams, you'll be fine. um this is just this week I think we were just forced to slow down a bit, so and take note of things, so next week we can get into that. Okay, I'm tired of feeling like this, I'm tired of doing this, what I have to do for this, that, what do I have to do at point A to get to point B, things of that nature. um yeah. Oh, and another thing that came through was like, it's a great time to start something that you've been wanting to do. Like if you want to start a new class, if you want to go out and meet people, if you want to, especially today or this weekend is a 3-3 portal. 3 is like collaboration, celebration, coming together, groups of threes, things like that, the triad. So if you feel like doing that, do it. Stay open, be receptive, and like if you've been putting something off, stop. If you could do it, do it. And if you can't, figure it out. Like seek out the solutions. So I feel like that will also help with the incoming energies leading up to the spring equinox. And if you have no idea what we're talking about, I always recommend please do your own research and see what resonates, because I feel like it'll really, 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 really help you. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Quantum Talks, Healing Through Conversations. Tune in next week for a brand new episode. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Next, we have our collective message with Chris.
Welcome to the tarot portion of this week's episode. I'm using the Deviant Moon because we have a full moon in Virgo coming. So when it's like a moon, new moon or full moon, I like to use the Moon Tarot. Um, Thank you for joining us. I pray that this message reaches whoever needs it. May it resonate. May it give clarity, wisdom, confirmation, and further guidance for this weekend, this week, whatever anyone needs it, because we already know this is all timeless. Thank you, Mother, Father God, from the source, ascended masters, angels of benevolence, to come in and give us the message that's needed for this time and for anyone who needs and everyone who is listening. All right. Now, let's give it one more shuffle. All right, let's get to it. Can I have a card for anyone and everyone that's listening who needs a message of guidance, confirmation? Is there a message? That one came out face up. I like to take them face down, so I'm gonna keep shuffling. Is there a message? Anyone who needs? Can I get a card? How many cards is that? It's a lot of cards. All right, I'm being dramatic. There's only 2. I'll take both of them because they both came out. Ace of Cups and then the 5 of Wands. Wow. All right. Let me show the cards. This is an interesting combination of cards. Okay. So let's start off with the nice card. The Ace of Cups is is a card of new beginnings in love. A lot of people say cups is the suit of emotional fulfillment, love. It represents water signs, and we're in Pisces season, so that is quite perfect for this time. When you see the Ace of Cups, oh look, and the full moon. Okay, so the message I'm getting is the full moon, this full moon in Virgo, it's about to bestow some blessings. It's about to have you fill your cup. You have the chance to feel emotionally fulfilled, um, care for, love. You're gonna feel spiritually fulfilled, spiritually balanced. It's gonna lead to a lot of wish fulfillment. It's gonna lead to you feeling. It might even lead to a new relationship, a new romantic relationship connection, friendship connection, um, healing, abundance. Basically, what we spoke about in this episode that should be channeled and should be like intended for when it comes to the Virgo full moon. This is a confirmation that this full moon is going to lead to that. This full moon is going to lead you to, if you do the work and if you stay receptive and you make room for these things, that the this full moon is going to lead you to feeling like basically you're on top of the world, that your emotions are going to be balanced, you're going to feel grounded, you're going to feel um, at ease, you're going to feel successful, you're going to feel at peace. But this Five of Wands came out, and there's also a full moon. So maybe, okay, so what I'm getting, there could be two sides to this full moon. And you have to choose. Oh, here's the message. Okay, you have to choose which side you are going to be on. You can be on this side, which is the side of basically pure bliss, happiness. You can be on the side of being receptive to new love, new ideas, new creativity. You can be receptive to being filled so your cup can overflow. Or you can choose the latter, which is drama, conflict, resistance. If you see this card, they all about to beat each other up with these rods. Like the Five of Wands is my drama card. Whenever I see this card, I always get an indication of there's some negativity, there's drama in the atmosphere, there's people talking shit, there's people who are looking for conflict, there's people who are not in the energy of this Ace of Cups. They're not in the energy of alignment with the highest and greatest good of not only themselves, but the collective as a whole. So, depending on your perception and what you choose to do with this, because with this energy, because like everything has a shadow side. So the Five of Wands to me is depicting the shadow aspect of these transits that are coming up. Because every side, every sign, every person, every human being has traits in which are not so nice, are not so kosher, are not so they're not the highest, they're not the greatest, and they're not the most serving. Um, and depending on what we choose, it's the one that gets fed the most. So are you going to allow yourself to align, and are you going to allow yourself to do the work so you can receive your Ace of Cups, so you can be in the energy of the Ace of Cups? Or are you going to continue down the path of petty? Are you going to continue to throw tantrums and claim victimhood and talk, engage in gossip, engage in low vibrational things? Are you going to continue, like Vanessa said in this episode, are you going to continue to lie to yourself? Are you going to continue to lie to others? Are you going to continue to try and play spirit? Are you going to continue to try and play your soul? And if you choose to, that's fine. You have free will, but just know you're going to miss out on all the blessings and on all the abundance, and not just wealth. I'm talking about abundance of joy, abundance of happiness, abundance of ideas, abundance of relationships, abundance of support, safety, protection, things of that nature. You're going to miss out on it. And this transit through Saturn and all of these things, these lessons, they're going to kick your ass basically. So again, the choice is up to you. That is definitely the message that came through. So you have a choice this full moon. You want a full cup or you want the drama? You want blessings or you want to stay caught up in an illusion where, you're exactly where you need to be and you're going to keep allowing your ego to take the front seat? The choice is yours. And because I care about you, I hope you choose this. But then again, some of us learn the hard way. Yeah, so that is the message. I love you all. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining me in this portion of the episode. And we'll see you next Sunday. Peace.